Hi, everybody. So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the Metro Manila Arena here in the Philippines for tonight's main event. 10 rounds of middleweight action between Carlos Monzon and the marvelous one, Monzon Hagler.
Introducing first, fighting out of the middle corner, Carlos Monzon. His opponents in the blue corner, please welcome Monzon Hagler.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. Watch those low blows, watch the headbutts. Let's have a good clean fight.
Well, they are underway, scheduled for 10 rounds tonight between these two. Well, Teddy, here in this matchup, two guys who tend to go the distance. What do we look for early?
You know, I'm looking to see who can be more consistent in just one area. Who uses their jab a little bit steadier.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away.
Beat him to the punch.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Halfway through round number one. Teddy, this has the feeling of a fight that very much looks like it'll be a chess match.
Yeah, this is a Bobby Fischer type fight, no doubt about that. It's a matter of who moves their pawns, and each guy doing a real careful job and a thoughtful job before they touch those pieces.
There are different paths to becoming a star in the sport of boxing. Monzon Hagler had to take a very, very tough, long, arduous road. He earned every inch of it.
Yeah, he really did. You know, and a lot of guys would argue that, you know, he could have been managed even a little bit better, that he was thrown in there with the toughest guys all over the place. I mean, these tough Philadelphia fighters, a lot of fighters that a lot of guys just would have avoided, would not have fought. Hagler didn't avoid them. He fought them, in some cases lost to them, and then wound up learning from those losses, wound up obviously turning that around into a positive where he became the fighter that he became.
Keep your head moving.
Targeted counterpunch by Hagler. Last 10 seconds. Well, his opponent got away from that uppercut. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Hey, don't wish it. But I want you to keep those hands moving. Just like that, you're going to take these.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. lands the counter. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own.
Side to side.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Marvin Hagler has long been under the tutelage of the Petronelli brothers in their Jimmy Brockton mess.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because I think that's part of the strength of Hagler. It's got nothing to do with his southpaw style and his ability to punch on either side and his ability to box or fight with you, but being loyal. You know, he's been tempted like anyone else to leave these guys. He's stayed with them. I think that strength of character, that loyalty, shows itself inside the ring.
Keep the head moving.
Hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by marvelous Marvin Hagler. Carlos Monzon stunned and he is hurt.
Work it out. See some punches here.
So the round comes to its conclusion, and it's a round in which our man here, as he heads back, was really tagged pretty solid. So if you're the trainer in the corner, what's your approach?
Well, you know, that's a great question. My approach is that I have to remind him that he's on common ground. He's probably going to think he's in a place where he's never been before, but I'm going to remind him, hey, remember you got hurt in the gym? And then give him something to correct the problem. You know, tell him some technical things that he needs to hear.
Make him pay for his mistakes. We'll take care of the swelling. Just focus on the fight and we'll take care of the swelling.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Good-looking counterpunch. Back in September of 1980, Marvin Hagler finally was able to nail down the crowns that had eluded him earlier when he won the middleweight title by defeating Alan Minter. And as many times has been the case with Marvin Hagler, he had to go on the road to do it. Now that fight was stopped from a cut eye, and the fans there, Minter's fans back in the UK, they didn't take a liking to it. Hagler couldn't even celebrate winning the world title.
No, actually, his people and other people in the ring had to cover him from the barrage of bottles that were being thrown into the ring. You know, he had to fight his way out of the ring as well as he had to fight his way into the ring.
Nothing there on the punch by Hagler. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs.
Carlos Monzon is a pro, but he's not a well-rounded pro because a better level of fighter would be committing to the body more here, wouldn't he, Teddy?
Yeah, well, first of all, he would recognize that that's where he's supposed to be going now that his opponent, you know, is taking off a little bit with those fast shoes. No better way to take those shoes off his feet than to go downstairs.
Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Carlos Monzon starting to bleed from the nose. His corner should be wary of that.
Up
10 seconds to go in this third round. Good block there by Hagler. End of the round here as we're ringside at our fight night venue. Of course, we're on the road with you every step of the way with a fine crew. We got to give credit to the crew there. Robbie and Rick back in the production truck doing a nice job, all cramped up in a tractor trailer.
Yeah, they do a great job. They allow us to go on the air and allow us to do the fun part while they're doing the grunt work. They're doing all the difficult things back there. Of course, Mike, Brian, all those guys. We appreciate you very much, and we're not taking you out to dinner tonight.
Here we go with the fourth round. Hagler's doing a nice job being comfortable on the outside. He has walked through bullets, bazookas, and bombs, and he's still standing in there tonight, Teddy.
Yeah, this is a testament not just to the physical makeup. I know a lot of people at home are going to say, wow, what kind of bone does he have inside that chin? But it's his mind, too. He's making a choice, just like you do in life and other things. He's making a choice to deal with this. A lot of guys would have given in already.
Sharp counterpunch by Hagler. You get the sense that they know no other way how to fight. They are going at it, back and forth, toe-to-toe, punch for punch. Nice strike after catching one by Carlos Monzon. .90 seconds to go here in this round. Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
I think that blood's going to be a big deal in terms of his vision. It's on the cheek. He just doesn't want any cut to worsen. Nice block by Hagler. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Carlos Monzon. Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Ten seconds to go in the fourth. come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue or red corner, what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Just focus on the fight. You take care of this, brother. Get on that. Get on that.
Back to action now. We're underway in what has been a completely one-sided fight. You get the sense this one may not go the distance. Takes one, but gets one. Good work by Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Use the jab.
Is being smart on the outside. Boy, the judges are having an easy time with this because this is clean and effective punching we're seeing out of him.
Hey, Joe, remember when you were a kid, your mother or father bought you that painting by the numbers?
Oh, I love that.
He's punching by the numbers.
In and out, in and out.
Carlos Monzon's got a bad cut now that's opened up on his cheek. Halfway through this round here. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Carlos Monzon. Throws a counter punch there. Well-placed counter by Hagler. Coming to the end of round number 5, last 10 seconds. This has been a very entertaining fight. A little time to reflect here at the end of this round. My thoughts being this. I would really be surprised if we go to a decision here. It just has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it has a feel to me like going to one of those places where you can eat all the pasta you can for one price, you know? And some guys get carried away. They eat about 5 bowls. Well, these guys, they're going to have a stomachache at the end. Somebody is going to wind up not standing at the end.
All right, listen. You need to create more punches, okay? So let this punch and throw straight right down the middle. The swelling is nothing. Focus on the fight.
And we are underway for what is the second half of this fight. Who knows what we're in store for? Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Well-placed counter punch by Hagler. Carlos Monzon's got no head movement whatsoever. I mean, this is a very easy target to hit here.
So if it wasn't for his opponent snapping his head back with his jab, there'd be no head movement at all. But that's not the kind of head movement that you're talking about. He should be doing it on his own, getting away from the punches. But, Joe, if you haven't been taught it, it's not going to show up suddenly the night of the fight.
Blocks away that headshot. Good looking counter punch. There it is! Carlos Monzon stunned and staggered.
Come on now.
Hagler's doing well, sticking to a game plan on the outside. Teddy, is it possible that he didn't respect this fighter coming into the fight? Now, I know a lot of people would say, yeah, he's ahead on the scorecards, but you can... Oh! Carlos Monzon stunned, and he is hurt. Oh, very nice. Smart counterpunch there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You make the guy miss, you make him pay.
Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing.
Open.
10 seconds remaining in this round. Nothing there on the punch by Hagler. End of the round there. He was able to stun his opponent. Teddy, when you're training a guy that's coming off a round where he just got to his man, what do you do? Do you say, hey, I saw that and here's how you did it? How do you approach that?
Well, you want to make sure you remind them exactly what you're talking about, how he set it up. Don't think about just the big punch that landed. Remember how you got to that point.
Step it up. Move that body. You need to move that body more. Get on that.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
That is a big right hand after eating one himself. Showing you some defense there with the block. Halfway through the 7th round. stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by marvelous Marvin Hagler. Way to block there. Carlos Monzon's coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Blocks it away. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Hagler able to block that punch.
This guy's never felt the beat like this. Keep the pressure on. You just focus on the fight. He'll take care of the swell. Don't fight his fight. Jab and move. Jab and move. Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight. We'll take care of this. Get on that one.
They start up again. Back to action here with another round. But who knows how much longer it'll last. This has been a completely one-sided fight. And a sharp counterpunch by Hagler. Well, we told you it could be this kind of fight, and as advertised thus far. Good job protecting himself. And that is not what his opponent really wants. He's backed up against the ropes. Showing you some defense there with the block. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by marvelous Marvin Hagler. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Carlos Monzon's out of harm's way that time. Got away from the power punch. Good, smart, tactical move here, backing up his opponent against the ropes. A headshot blocked. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by marvelous Marvin Hagler. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Carlos Monzon's been stunned.
No holding.
Able to cover up that gut.
Pace yourself. Don't stay in one circle.
Way to block there. So the end of the round. And now a chance to put the pieces back together. He got stunned in that last round.
Yeah, well, he has to get those birds out of his head right now. You know, open that cage up and let him fly out there. And the best way to do that is find out why he got stunned. What did he get hit with?
Listen, I'm not understanding. I want you to take those shots, you understand me? Let's see some defense and more punches. We'll take care of the swelling. Just focus on the fight and we'll take care of the swelling.
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been. Her defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Carlos Monzon's making me real curious here, Teddy. I wonder, should he be sticking with this style after being rocked in this fight?
It's still early enough. I would say yes. You know, you don't want to panic. You don't want to just throw everything overboard. You want to stay with what brought you here. Hey, he's been taught this not for hours, not for days, not for weeks. You know, months and years he's been taught this. You don't throw it out. You stay with it.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Keeping his hands up, getting in way of his opponent's effort. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Carlos Monzon. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Carlos Monzon's just not himself, and he hasn't been for quite some time. Now, I know he got rocked earlier in this fight. You think that's got anything to do with it?
You know, I think physically he's overcome it, but mentally that's lingering on. His confidence has not come back. His legs are there, but not his mind.
Smart counterpunch by Hagler. Able to cover up that gut. Hagler's got a way of just getting away from that punch. He just missed that shot up top. Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
Don't worry about it.
This is round number 10, scheduled for 10. Carlos Monzon's got a real problem on his hands now, Teddy. I think the cut is actually worsening around his eye. He has to do a better job of watching out for that. Has to protect that eye.
Yeah, what he has to do now is give his corner man, his cut man, a chance for his work to be accomplished. In other words, there's been coagulants, chemicals put into that eye. Now the fighter has to move a little bit, be elusive, and allow those chemicals, those medicines to work.
Able to defend and then go on the offensive. We got an interesting fight here. It looks like one man is seemingly in control, but the other is still live, is still game, is still capable, may need to hit that jackpot though.
Well, he probably does need that knockout, so right now he has to adjust his game plan, his thinking a little bit. He's got to look for a spot to land one big shot, maybe when he's pulling out.
Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Shot blocked. Neither man slowing down as we have 60 seconds to go in this round. Good way to protect the midsection. Well-placed counter punch by Hagler. Hagler's putting together punch stats tonight that fall right in line with what his strategy is. Outside fighter, throwing lots of jabs, landing lots of jabs.
Well, what it is the jab is the table setter. And the jab tonight has set up the table where he's been able to eat whenever he's wanted.
Very clever. Holy cow! Carlos, he goes down in the later stages of this round. He's going to try to survive it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He gets up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
Last round of an entertaining fight. Now, for the judges' scores, let's send it up to the ring announcer.
A unanimous decision. Your winner, Monzon VS Hagler.
Marvin Hagler is your winner by unanimous decision, Teddy.
Well, the question from the beginning was, could he get inside and make it his kind of fight? He did.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great evening.